going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm just kind of sitting here watching pro wrestling. What's going on? I'd like everybody to say hello if you're here in the chat. Nothing really much going on. Just sitting here watching. I'm watching Evil Uno and Orange Cassidy from the most recent. I guess it's a somewhat recent pro wrestling gorilla show. So what's going on? Trying to get a couple people in here. So wait. Basically, hey, it is Eric, friend Eric. How are you, my friend? And that kid Adonis, Jesus. Basically, Q&A is open. I'm not just really sitting here just bullshitting, watching some pro wrestling. Eric, I hope you are well. And what's been going on, buddy? And Jonathan is here as well. I don't get it, Adonis. Is there any good shows going on in anybody's area this weekend? Excuse me, I'm drinking some ginger ale. Getting ready to get out of work. Yeah, I just got out at almost an hour ago, 9:15 or 9 o'clock. Been working nights lately. It's really rough. BTW in Webster. What is that? Alley Fights is this Friday, of course. Is a good lineup. I got the lineup here somewhere. Talked about it last night with Marcel. Jonathan, are you going to Alley Fights this weekend? You're going to be in town? Anybody excited that Jeff Hardy has joined All Elite Wrestling? I haven't had a chance to watch AEW yet tonight because I got home late. So I will check that out probably tomorrow morning. I usually watch it on Thursday mornings. So hopefully get a few more people in the chat. I know I'm a little late. I was supposed to be here at 9:45, but you know, kids and stuff. Got home a little late. Adonis, Jonathan, what are you guys looking forward to this weekend at Alley Fights? Anything in particular? I will be watching AEW when I get home around 11. Yeah, I get home about 9:15 pretty much every night now, so I end up waiting till the morning. So usually most of the time I just have a drink and go to sleep. So big time wrestling. That's right, with the Hardys and Briscoes and Jay Lethal. That's right. I forgot about that show. Flash and Joseph. Yeah, that might be okay. Actually, I'm sure that'll be a good show. Overall. Some people that I've never seen coming into Alley Fights this week. So that'll be interesting. If anybody's here that's not said hello, please say hello. I'm up till about 2 a.m. Yeah, ever since I started working nights now, I'm working during the day and at night. Ever since I started working at night, it's like I can't even fall asleep when I get home a lot of times. So I'm usually around 2 a.m. is where I finally try to kick it and go to sleep. Sunset Steve is going to beat Lucas Chase. No offense to Sunset Steve. I love Steven, but I think Chase got this. Just saying. Just being honest. I think that's what's going to happen there. Let's see. Let's see. What else? Nope. Nothing yet. What about the Haven and what the hell is the name of that other tag team with Jay Bricks and Richard Stone? Don't try to play my man Sunset. Dude, I didn't try to play him. I said Steve is a great wrestler. He's got a lot of potential in moving forward, and I just think I know who's going to win that match. Not for nothing, Lucas Chase has beat him before. Tag team match will be good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Hustle and Muscle. That's a terrible name, by the way. It's ridiculous. No offense if you guys are watching. Let's see, I can mention the show. Let me get the card here. I got the card here somewhere. Let's see. If I can get to my thing here. It's the Haven versus Hustle Muscle. What's it? Let's see. Jeez, man, I missed the. Hang on, download. Got it here. Oop. Yeah, I thought I had the card. Jesus, where the hell is it? You can't. Oh, this is it. All right, so Steven Garcia and what's his face? Lucas Chase, Jiggy Sosa, and I think that's what the hell? Flying Noriega? I don't even know how to say it. I don't want to say it wrong and mispronounce it. There's 3 or 4 other matches as well. Oh, maybe it's in this folder here. Nope. Maybe not. Oh wait. Nope. I guess not. I thought I had the card right here in front of me. So what else is everybody up to tonight? What are you guys watching? Anybody else watching anything? Any non-wrestling questions? How about that? Anybody see the new Scream movie or the new Batman? I got to see the Scream movie, not the Batman yet. It's pretty interesting. I liked it. Well, Adonis, you have to go to training if that's what you want to do. Spend the $3,000 and train. You can talk to Mario or Roma or Perez or any of those guys. That's where you're at all the time. Eric, it was great talking to you. Talk soon. Definitely get in touch. We got to do another episode. Me, you, and Kincaid together very soon. Yeah, the guy playing Batman, isn't the guy from Twilight? Somebody I spoke to said it was the greatest Batman movie that they've ever seen. I don't know about that. 1989 Batman was probably one of the greatest movies and probably my favorite Batman movie. I'd love to see it. Adonis, I'm going to continue to ignore that question. I just might hit the block button one day. Yes, one day, maybe. Unless you pay me. So, how's that sound? Yeah, Jonathan, I'm serious. Somebody I work with on my second job said that they thought it was the greatest movie that they ever saw. And I'm just like, nah. Like, I highly doubt that. 1989. And my favorite, my question is, who is anybody that's in the chat right now? Who is your favorite actor to play Batman? I mean, mine is definitely going to be Michael Keaton. Adam West is, obviously is two different spectrums of that kind of the acting. I no, I don't know about that. Where's this block button? I'm about to press that block button. Adonis is about to get blocked. There you go. So did I mention? Yeah, I did mention. What's everybody think about Jeff Hardy joining AEW? Mine was Clooney for a while. Keaton takes it though. George Clooney is while he is a great actor, is such a weird pick in a way because that was like such a strange movie. Those last 2 movies out of that series were just very bizarre. Between him and Val Kilmer, and I think the one that after the was it Batman Forever was the one. I think that was supposed to be the final one, but then they came back with Batman and Robin after. Nah, that's good. I'm good with that, Adonis. Let's see who's here. This is the okay. By the way, tomorrow night there's going to be a preview episode for Paradise Alley for Alley Fights this weekend. If you guys are putting it together, I'm in the midst of putting it together, but I did finish it, but now I just got another piece in the my email, so now I got to add it. It should be interesting. Who's here? Who's here? Between Jonathan, Adonis, I see there's another person in here. We should keep adding people, though. Probably not going to be here this long if it's not going to be this active, to be honest with you. So I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do a little bit each and every day. Each day, and maybe I'll sit here one of these days. I'll sit, maybe I'll talk about how I got interested in professional wrestling. It was around 1984 with the boom of people like Hulk Hogan. Jamie is in bed. He is 6 years old, so he's asleep. He was awake when I got home, but I made him go to bed. He does have school in the morning, but he's under the weather. So the Hardy Boys debut was good, I think. Oh, the Hardy debut, excuse me. Debut was good, but I think he will feel better in there than WWE. I am definitely probably agreeing with that. It's probably a little bit more open. Winged Freak. A load of the professor. Okay, don't be weird. Adonis, say hello to John. John, say hello to Adonis. Yeah, he's not feeling too well, and he came home early today. Yo, Gregory Kramer, what is happening, my friend? Glad to see you here. Tell all your buddies, Donnie, Patrick, all those guys. So, yeah. So I want to know when did anybody get interested in professional wrestling? There's so much. It's such a great thing that it's such a great, show, sport. It's been around forever. I initially discovered it in 1984. I think the first magazine I ever got was Greg the Hammer Valentine with a figure four on somebody. I don't remember much else. Obviously, it was like probably 35 years ago, I guess. I'm guessing. And that I think in 1988, I went to my very first show, which was a WWF Superstars of Wrestling TV taping at the old New Haven Coliseum. And it kind of, I became pretty obsessed with it after that. And I just absolutely loved it. Haven't really given it up with the exception of like maybe a couple years here and there. But that's about it. We're not going to talk about the Bellas, Adonis, or AJ Lee. So that's about it. Anybody got any good questions? 1994 Hogan Flair cage match was first pay-per-view I witnessed. It's WCW. Was that Fall Brawl, I believe, right? I remember that. I think that was a pretty interesting time for WCW. It's right before the boom, I guess. That's when you're interested. So Adonis is pretty much, do you pretty much only like female wrestlers? I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm just asking. You're just a big fan for women's wrestling? Yes, 1994, I meant to say. Yep. I think the first event I ever went to, like I said, was a WWF Superstars TV taping in 1988. And it was headlined by Randy Macho Man Savage as WWF champion against Andre the Giant. And Savage lost by disqualification because he hit him with a chair. It wasn't a very long match from what I remember. Who? Because I don't ever hear you talk about anybody else other than AJ Lee or the other one, the Bellas. So inform me, please. I'm just saying. I just said, inform me, tell me, is what I'm asking. Some of the I'd have to say for some of my favorites were Arn Anderson growing up. Once I discovered him in how great he actually was, he quickly became my favorite. I would have loved to have been there. Mine was WCW 1998 Nitro DCU Center. Do you remember what was on that show at all? I know sometimes it's hard to remember like certain details about a show, especially if you're younger. Was that when Hogan squashed Zukov, Ricky? Yes, he did definitely squash Zukov. I do remember that part. That's really, honestly, the only two parts that I really remember from the show. I do remember Hogan and Zukov though, and I know you can find the tapings, like the episodes that they aired on YouTube. It's just kind of difficult. They took place in April of 1988. That's what I remember. Goldberg and Flair in the main event. I don't ever remember them wrestling each other. That's interesting. Then I would end up going to several shows, in that New Haven Coliseum over the years. That was probably, obviously, before I discovered any other kind of wrestling. That was my favorite place to go. My friend John, who's in the chat, me and him went there many, many times for early editions of Monday Night Raw, other house shows and such. It's a lot of fun. There was so much greatness that happened there. I remember correctly, I saw a tag title change there. I'm trying to remember. Might have been the Quebecers, maybe. I get you. Yes, Kylon, Flash, The Haven. But do you? And it's nothing against those guys. I think some of those guys are great, and they have a very, very, very bright future in the world of professional wrestling, especially Kylon. And Flash does definitely too. Is there anybody else that, like, on a bigger level, on a different level, that you dig? It's not supposed to be a rib at these guys. Oh my god, what do I think of Sunny Kiss? I hate Sunny Kiss. I don't. I despise. Not very interesting. It's terrible. The gimmick is terrible. It's just, I don't care for them as a wrestler. Like I said, Adonis, on a bigger level, not on the local independent level. That's what I'm trying to get at here, without being rude. If you're talking about Sunny Kiss, I highly doubt it. I don't even think they're going to be employed with AEW anymore. Are they even still employed there anymore? Sure, them. Seriously, I don't. I can't. I'm just not a fan. We saw Michael Hayes sing "Freebird" in the New Haven Coliseum parking lot. That is right. They did that. It was supposed to be like a free fan fest before a house show, I believe. And I know he was out there singing. I think he did a Thin Lizzy song, if I remember correctly. And he did "Freebird," and I know he did do "Bad Street USA," and they gave out really shitty hot dogs. I remember that. It was pretty. It was pretty interesting. Feel Sammy would win over Scorpio Sky. I'm with you. I think that Sammy's probably going to beat Scorpio Sky, but I wouldn't be upset because I think Scorpio Sky is great. The guy's really good. Yeah, AEW Dark maybe. I never watched the YouTube shows for AEW. They're, it's other things I'd rather be doing than watching those episodes. They don't really do anything for me. They don't do much, to be honest with you. Joey Janela is not better than Sonny Kiss. Boy, you're crazy. You are crazy. Joey Janela is great. I think that I really don't care for Sonny Kiss. You're crazy. What does anybody think that they're going to do with Ring of Honor? Tony Khan starts running Ring of Honor. He's supposed to be booking both promotions. How does everybody feel about that? I think it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of stress on his part. I'm interested. I'm glad he's doing something with the Ring of Honor. I know it's been called a dead brand at certain times. Um, we got to see what happens. I'm interested though in seeing what happens. It's going to be interesting. Rick Santo is going to love the promo William Regal cut tonight on Dynamite. I've heard that there's quite the promo. I do, and I'm gonna have to watch that. I normally watch that, like I said, Thursday mornings when I'm working. because I get home about an hour and a half into it, so I don't want to go back and watch it. Well, yeah, the idea he has right guys on his side for it, and he's going to be. The rumor is that he says he's going to be using this as somewhat of a developmental for AEW, and he's going to use AEW guys, some AEW guys that are possibly already in there. So it should be interesting, I think. I'm interested really in wondering about the TV deal, what they're going to do as far as TV. Are they going to take over like Elevation or Dark? Or are they going to just be doing another YouTube series? Are they going to be continuing with maybe Fight? Or are they going to be, where are they going to put it? It's really still too early to tell. Nobody knows anything. And just speculating, it's just guessing. I'm interested in knowing as to what Tony is going to do with the Ring of Honor brand and how he's going to market it. So I do want to see that. HBO Max series, yeah. I know he did sign some sort of deal with HBO Max, so that would not surprise me as well. If the Ring of Honor, did he actually sign a deal, or is it kind of in the works still? But I know that I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up there. But not everybody has HBO Max. That's the thing. This is with the product, you want to kind of try to make it accessible to all. Not that a lot of wrestling companies do. And some people just don't even care about getting on YouTube. If you're say a little bit older, you don't even care about getting on YouTube. How many people sit there and just be like, oh, I'm going to sit there and the show is on weekly at YouTube at 7:00? Not a lot of people will do that. Some people are just not into doing that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I mean, I'd prefer that it was somewhere, but easy, accessible. Fight is easy for me. I'm always searching on Fight, so I think if they continued with Fight, that'd be pretty interesting. So yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what talents he has and who he's going to bring in there. Who he's going to bring in, if he's going to keep any of the. I know, when they decided to shut down, they basically let everybody go. And it's so it's going to be interesting if he's going to bring in anybody, if he's going to have anybody to help him book. Somebody assist him. So I'm interested in finding out, though. It's I guess over the next. Now the first show back is coming up sometime in April. I don't remember the exact date, but it's just going to be. It's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So I'm sure they're in the works of putting some stuff together. Somebody's. You know what I think is. Hold on. You ready for EC3's promotion? Control your narrative. Yes. I definitely. I'm going to check it out. I guess they have some sort of. I don't know. They say it's supposed to be some sort of television deal, but I think it's just a streaming deal already in the works or already, under a contract. I'm interested in seeing it. I will give it a chance. All depends, on how that first episode or how that first show is. With a lot of wrestling, I've watched a lot of wrestling over the years, and I watch a lot of wrestling now, and I cut it down a lot. There's a lot that I cut down, so it's got to be really impressive to me in order to, in order for me to want to continue to watch it. So, but I'm definitely interested in it. Miro just re-signed a 4-year deal today or yesterday. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. There's there was a lot of talk about him returning, so I'm kind of glad he's been kind of killing it the last few months in AEW. So I think he's really doing some good things there. Hey, Rick, Mike Kanata is in the house. How are you, Mr. Trivia? Hope all is well. No, I'm not going to read your comment, Donis. Thank you. I don't want to see Awesome Kong and Jade Cargill. So stop trying to put Jade over at this time. Thank you. Like I said, that block button is going to be easy to hit. So yes, Mr. Trivia from the Top Rope Report is here. Everybody should go check out his podcast. Nope, I'm not. I've been watching for close to 40 years. I kind of know what's going on. I could see talent. I could see also when people don't know how to work. And right now, there's a lot of potential there. It's just not there. Mike, I haven't watched AEW yet tonight. I have seen a couple clips. I got home halfway through the show, so I didn't get the chance to watch it yet. I'll most likely catch up. But if there's anything you want to mention, just mention it in the comments, and I'll read it if I do know about it. I don't know. What did you think of the show, Mike, that you attended in Bridgeport? I enjoyed it. It was a bit long, but I enjoyed it. What are you watching, Adonis? You should probably say that rather than just say something like that. I don't even know. I'm watching a Pro Wrestling Gorilla show. Don't even know what the match is right now. I wasn't paying attention. So Mystery Vortex. It's the newest show that they did right now, and all I can see is that the referee is counting two of the guys out. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus when Vince was ref. What about it? Oh, that's what you're watching. I'm sorry to hear that. Jesus, that sounds like a headache of a match to watch. It was okay, but there's women's division is awful. It uses some work. It needs some work. I really enjoy some of the talent that they have there. Uh, Such as, I really love Thunder Rosa. I think she's great. I like Kuroshita. She's really good. Obviously, Mercedes Martinez is good. Britt Baker's really good, but I don't think she's signed. She's not signed to AEW. She works a lot of dark and elevations. She does a lot of local indies around the Northeast. Willow Nightingale. I think that she deserves a chance there. She was on the show in Bridgeport. I think she recorded for Elevation or what have you. But that was, there's not. That was not a really good example of the women's division that they have. They keep using the same 3 or 4 women over and over. So I don't even think was Ruby Soho there. I don't remember. But they've got some okay, talent there as far as the women division go. It does need some work, I don't think Break Paper 10 minutes in WWE. No, I think that she's got the talent, she's got the voice, she's got the promo skills. I think she's really good. She's really improved over the in the last like 2 years. So I think that she's gotten way better. I'm not to say like in 2022, women's division of WWE is kind of lacking as well. It's not. There's really not. It's not really doing much for me at current moment. Not that anything WWE is doing right now is really get my interest. I watched Raw for the first time in well over a year this past Monday, and couldn't even believe some of the people that were still employed there, or even that interesting. Lots of botches in that match at Revolution. You know, it is what it is. It happens. It's pro wrestling. Not everything is going to be perfect. There's no show that's ever perfect. No show that's ever perfect. But what does everybody think of Eric Redbeard joining AEW? Thank you, Mr. Trivia. You're the best. There will be, like I said earlier, there will be some Paradise Alley stuff coming up tomorrow on the channel. So keep an eye out for it. I feel like I'm going to break a leg. Yeah, I don't know about that, Adonis. Just make sure you pay attention and listen. WWE is unwatchable, now turned NXT turned into poop as well. Yeah, you know, when NXT turned into 2.0, I gave it a chance for about the first week, and I absolutely hated it. I watched 2 or 3 other episodes, and it just before I completely gave up. Honestly, it's just ridiculous. I can't even. I hate the setup of the arena. The writing is horrific. The wrestling is like subpar. Yeah, I know like when Walter and Roderick Strong had a match that it was a really good match, mind you, but if it was like the black and gold brand of NXT, it would have been far better. They would have they would have been able to put in far better work. If you know what I mean. It's just NXT 2.0 is garbage. WrestleMania looks like shit right now. Absolutely. I was talking about this with somebody from work today. It's like normally it's like WrestleMania, take the day off or take the weekend off because it's one of those things, whether it be a 1-day event or in the last couple of years been a 2-day event. This year, I have no interest whatsoever. Not at all. I do not care about anything that WWE is putting into WrestleMania. I read every day. I might not be watching Raw or SmackDown or obviously not NXT anymore, but I definitely read about it on the sites. It's like Meltzer's site or PW Inside or what have you. It's unwatchable. And WrestleMania, like, isn't there already like 4 celebrity matches listed? Like, that's ridiculous. Out of the 2, there's going to be 2 on each night with a celebrity. Is this what they're doing to try to get people to watch? It's ridiculous. It's terrible. It's hard to watch. Redbeard has been decent so far from what I've seen on AEW Revolution. Yeah, he's really good. I'm glad to see him finally come in to AEW as a signed wrestler. Bianca Belaire versus Becky Lynch. Bianca Belaire, I'm predicting, is going to take the title at Mania, considering her bullshit lost at, I think it was SummerSlam. Right, they have no great build-up or storytelling. Yeah, Jonathan, you're right. It's annoying. I can't tolerate watching it anymore. It's hard to even sit through. And honestly, the other night when I was watching it, there was more people in the chat, and I was more paying attention to the chat and talking and rather than sit there and actually paying attention. I didn't even realize that there was a title change during that tag title match. So I had no idea. That's how close attention I was paying to the show. It was just ridiculous. Yep. And I don't even think I lasted to the end. I planned on staying up and on until 11. And I think I cut. What did I start? I think I left about 20 minutes before 11 and then just said, fuck it, and closed down the chat and just said, well, fuck it, I'm out of here. So, because it was intolerable. It really was. I don't think I'm going to try to do that during Raw again. If there's a show, how about this? Maybe next week somebody picks a show from the past or present, and I'll put it on and we'll just chat about it rather than as opposed to trying to force myself watching WWE. Normally, when WrestleMania is coming up. Oh shit! What the hell is that? Normally, when WrestleMania is coming up, I try to pay attention to the TV shows to try to get a feel for what's going on. Because even if I don't watch, um, the pay per view, I mean the television shows, I'll at least watch the pay per views and try to make an event out of them, and you know, sit around, have a few drinks, get something to eat, and have a lot of fun. What injuries are you referring to? The Becky Lynch injury? I think that's supposed to be. Is that a work or is that legit? So if you guys hear some background noise, my kid is upstairs and he's extremely loud at all times. Yeah, that's what I thought. Kind of quoting the warning before the old WWE DVDs. The injuries are real. Don't try this at home, folks. Let's get something to drink. So I'm watching a Northeast show that I went to a couple weeks back. It's on the High Spots Network. Wrecking Balls on against some scrub. I don't know who the hell this guy is. I don't remember. This is a pretty decent show. Hey, there's Fogman and me in the back. What else has anybody got? I just rewatched the Hogan versus Rock match at WrestleMania. I'm going to be honest here. I've never seen that before. I think at that time period, I wasn't really watching wrestling. There was no network at the time, so you still had to pay full price for them, which I never ever paid full price for pay-per-views at that time period. So it's about time they put in Van Vader. Yes, I'm very excited for Big Van Vader getting in there. I think he's a legend. He's done so much between his career, the AWA, Japan, WCW. His WWE career was a little underwhelming, but yes, he was still there. But I'm glad that that he's finally getting in. Rumor is that the Steiners are going to be inducted, and rumor also that Sid Vicious will also be inducted. So that'll be interesting. It's overrated. That Mania is well worth a watch. I'm gonna I've always mean to watch it, but I never never get a chance. I should probably, maybe I'll do that a little bit later, because that match, everything I've seen from it, like uh the highlights of it and stuff like that, it seems like it was pretty intense. Like the crowd was really into it. So that's pretty interesting. What is overrated? Did I miss something here in the chat? Let me try here. All right. Hooray for Hollywood. What is anybody looking? I know, Jonathan, and I agree with you about the upcoming WrestleMania trivia. What do you think about the upcoming WrestleMania? If you're still in there in the chat. There's literally not one thing that I'm interested in. It's funny. The one thing that I'm somewhat interested in is Austin and Owens, and God knows what, if that's actually going to be like the KO show, or there's probably not going to be any kind of match. I'm guessing, but we'll see. Sundays and Wednesdays, Top Rope Report on Spotify. Okay. Johnny Knoxville. Fuck Johnny Knoxville. He's going after the Intercontinental title. That's a bunch of bullshit that they're doing stuff like that. So I think it's ridiculous. Well, John, you're saying the Cody debut. I think that's really interesting because that whole entire thing is in limbo, from what I understand. Um, God knows what is actually happening with that. It's is the whole thing with uh, him leaving AEW work? Is it him in talks with WWE work? I guess the talks have fizzled. Uh, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Jonathan says Cody is going to ROH. I'm calling it now. Yeah, I think from what I understand, I do know somebody that this is going to sound ridiculous. Know somebody that knows Cody that's probably not going to happen, and that he's most likely not coming back to AEW unless the entire thing is a work. But the person has stated that they think that it's not going to be a work. I think it's going to be the best show of the year. You're saying a WrestleMania is going to be the best show of the year? Jesus, I'm sorry that I don't agree. Um, Crockett Cup is coming up. The NWA is holding Crockett Cup. I think that's going to probably be the best show of the year so far. Is this the next loose cannon gimmick? It's very possible, John. I do see that how that could happen. I think that it's very, very possible they could be working, but from what I've been told from the friend, that it's not like he was, just on his way out. So it's just what I'm saying. Just what I've heard. I don't know why my face is half in it and not. But I mean, I would not be surprised at all if it did end up that way. I saw today. I was looking at through the NWA social media. David Crockett is going to be at the Crockett Cup. I'm very excited to see that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Obviously, his brother Jim Crockett ran the very big portion of the NWA in the 70s, 80s. So Mid Atlantic Wrestling and all that such stuff. So I think it's great that he's coming in there. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I think that the Crockett Cup, the March the 19th and 20th, it's going to be a fun show. I'll probably do a pre-show. Probably going to do a post-show. Mike, hit me up. Let's see. It depends on my work schedule. I usually work until 9 on Wednesdays. Mondays and Tuesdays are really my only open days, or unless it's like a Saturday morning. So hit me up, and we'll talk further. Send me a message, and then we'll talk. So I'll make that appearance. I'll make that happen, but I don't think it's Wednesday unless it's after 9 o'clock. So I work. I'm working 7 days a week now. So most nights I get home after 9 o'clock, with the exception of Mondays and Tuesdays. So just hit me up and we'll talk. You're going to start having guests. I was talking the other day that we haven't had a guest in a long time, no interviews and stuff like that. So one of the things is that I'm going to start kicking that into gear again. I haven't started really reaching out to people lately, but we're going to start doing that again soon, because it's been quiet here. It's been a real rough start to the year between. It's just been real busy. So, and me and Mickey Biggs going to be should talk about this now that we're going to be doing an NWA show starting next week, supposedly next week. Basically talking about NWA Power, NWA USA, NWA pay-per-views, all that fun stuff. And we're just going to be, whether it's the NWA current, the NWA of the past, and leading into the future. I'm talking about all spectrums of the National Wrestling Alliance. So keep an eye out for that when we get that together. I've been trying to kick this NWA themed podcast off for months, and it just seems like it's not lining up properly when every time I was trying to do it. So I think I finally am getting it together now. Hope so, and it'll happen. So keep an eye out. It's going to be an additional show, and to the regular stuff you've been seeing. I know I was looking at this, and I probably did only 3 or 4 podcasts since the beginning of the year because of work schedules and timing with Marcel has just not been great. We've both had a lot of stuff going on, and so we're finally kicking it into gear. And I've done something every day this week. This isn't my last day, but um, you know, so far where there's going to be something pre-recorded that's airing tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Uh, Mark Henry or the Big Show? That's weird, a weird one to think about. I always thought Big Show was really good for a guy his size. Mark was a little bit slow, uh, but he could talk. He had a good gimmick. But I'd have to go with Big Show on that one. Just my personal opinion. Umaga over both. Umaga was really good. He was really good. It's too bad he's not around any longer. But he's good. Thought that guy he moved quick for a guy his size. I think if you're talking about a guy like Henry or Big Show are like at a different level as far as like size goes. Umaga, while being big, he was more like thick, not necessarily tall and gigantic. And I think Henry and Big Show would fit in the same category as like Andre or John Studd or something to that effect. You're gonna be wrapping it up in probably about 12 minutes or so. So, anybody's got any other questions, comments? Leave it in chat. We'll talk about it. Where is? I'm trying to find this one thing here. Okay. What about independent stuff? What are you guys digging lately? Anything? Anything I should check out? Give me something that I should watch. Okay. So I'm watching this Northeast event that I said that I was at a few weeks ago. Hey, I'm right there in the corner. And it's the match here is Mike Verna, Man of Steel against Chris Battle. This is a really freaking good match. I really thought that this was a really good match. Check out NWWE North. That's was it the New World Wrestling Extreme? Yeah, they're doing a show here in Connecticut, but I think that I have a previous engagement, or maybe there's a Paradise Alley show that night. Um, I don't remember exactly. There's a lot of newer shows, newer promotions that are hitting up Connecticut. But that New World Wrestling Extreme, they're expanding. They're coming here. I think they're out of Rhode Island, correct? I know they've run some shows in Rhode Island and Mass, I think. Uh, but yeah, that's been a promotion. I know Bull Dread works out there, and I think Ryan Frost work out there as well. I got to get out there to one of these days, and I think the show that they're doing in Connecticut, um, there might be a Paradise Alley show that's already for the same night, so I might not be able to make that one. But there is a lot of different promotions coming up in Connecticut. Um, in the next couple months, like some weird, no, I wouldn't say weird, but newer promotions that are making appearances rather. We'll be talking about that coming up in the future as well. So keep an eye out for that. It'll probably do a lot of work with that. I think this promotion standalone, I believe, one where they're going to be doing a show out in Putnam, and I think Marco Stunt is on the show, and maybe Lindsay Dorado, maybe. Or maybe it was Sin Cara. I don't remember. One of those, the guys from WWE, the Luchadors. I don't remember exactly. But there's also there's a bunch of guys on that show, and uh, that should be an interesting show. I hope I'm not confusing the two promotions, because I know there was like two that started with an S. So, but there is a bunch of really like newer promotions popping up in Connecticut in the next like 2 or 3 months. We'll be talking about them here. Yeah, that was the last show that I seen Big Jim. Yeah, I think he won the tag titles, him and Frost, correct? For New World Extreme. I believe that's I think they ended up cutting a promo, and then I think he passed shortly after, probably a few weeks after. So yeah. Sad. I miss my buddy. Great dude. Yeah. Rest in peace, Jim. I did. The thing is, I got to interview him probably a couple months prior to before he passed, and that was one of my favorite interviews I ever did. It was not just about wrestling. We talked about music and other stuff. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So go back, or maybe I'll re-upload it and have it stream again sometime soon, because it was a lot of fun. So one of my favorite things out of that was that Slam Wrestling out of Canada, uh, when they did an article about him, they actually quoted a piece from that interview, which made me pretty happy. See, a few more minutes and then we'll probably get out of here. You can hear the water running in the building. Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. I was made my day. Seriously, really did. Yep. Anybody got anything else? So like I said, we got about 7 minutes left, and then I'll let everybody go. And just want to try to keep it up here. Try to see what's going on here. If anybody's got any other questions. Do you see the Aaron Rodgers contract? No, I did not. Why don't you update me? Not familiar with that. Four years, 200 million. Jesus Christ. I need that kind of money. Literally. Then I wouldn't have to go to work. I could sit here and do this all day. Ha ha. Jeff Hardy showed up on AEW. Yeah, Mike mentioned it a little bit earlier. I had not seen it yet. I'll watch it tomorrow, but I did watch the clips. Somebody clipped it and put it up on YouTube. I was going to put it up here, but I decided not to. And during the stream, I guess he used his WWE theme music, but come to find out that music wasn't even owned by WWE. It was just a generic public domain music. So I think that's pretty funny that they used that. I was expecting them to use one of his songs that he wrote. So they ended up using that song instead. All right, guys, I'm going to be hitting it in just a few minutes. So if you want to get any more questions and get them in, you come back later in the week and do it as well. So Carson to Washington. Okay. We'll have to see how this all unfolds, Excuse me, guys. Yep. So don't forget this Friday, February 11th. Is it February? No, March 11th. Excuse me. Jesus, what the hell's the matter with me? There will be a like I said, Paradise Alley show this Friday, 7 p.m. 662 Coave, East Haven, Connecticut. We will. I will be there. I'll be recording it. It'll be up on our channel here later in the probably in a week or so, because I still have some footage I got to work through and put some other episodes together. Mike, thank you for tuning in. We're about to get out of here as well. I'll talk to you. Hit me up and talk about that. You know what I mean? And we'll see what happens with that. So, yeah, any updates on Cassidy's injury from the pay-per-view? No, I have not read anything. I have not been fully paying attention. Honestly, I don't think that I read anything in the last couple of days regarding that. Unless I just had skipped over and not realizing it. But maybe I can find that out. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. What did you think of the that ladder match? Did I ask you guys that the other night? I thought that was a phenomenal match. I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm glad to see Wardlow finally get his due. So, all right, I'm going to be wrapping it up. You guys, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for throwing out some questions. Thank you for chit-chatting and having a lot of fun here on the PWZ YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. I'm glad to see we finally got some people riding in on the Twitch. Yeah, it was good. It was mostly big guys throughout the whole thing. So what I want you to do, if you guys have any questions, comments, you can always send them in as well. PWZ at PWZ podcast at gmail.com. I'll throw them into the next show, my next airing, if you guys want to talk about anything. We got lots of other stuff to talk about coming up. If anybody's got anything else they want to, you can send me a DM with a Q&A for the Q&A, and we'll be doing that a lot going up and down the road. I'm going to do another episode soon. I'll be back here this weekend. I'll be recording with Marcel again, doing another full episode of the podcast, so keep an eye out. It's going to be pretty much exclusively on YouTube now. For distribution purposes, it seems like that's where we get the majority of our views, listens, all that stuff. So appreciate all of you that have subscribed. If you haven't already subscribed, please do hit that like button, subscribe button. I'm going to be holding a contest soon, so keep an eye out for that. So you could, I'm just trying to decide what exactly the item is. All right, everybody. Thank you very much, and see y'all this weekend.